Hello again! Today I bring you everything you need to know about Kaladesh Remastered, the new set that is going to come out in Magic Arena. This set is a mashup between Kaladesh and Aether Revolt, and they just mashed them together to make the draft experience funnier. They also did not include Smuggler Sculptor, Walking Ballista and Felidar Guardian because they were banned in the past or were too broken in other formats like the Walking Ballista because it's a 2-card combo with the Elliot Godson. So they did not bring them to the arena, and that's fair. They don't want to have to ban them in 1 or 2 weeks, so it's easier this way. So let's go straight up to talking about artifacts first. We have Metalwork Colossus. It's a great card that I think is going to see play, because in Historic we already have a big mana artifact deck, so I think this can fit in that deck. We also have Scrapheap Scrounger and Bumat Courier. Both of these cards can play in mono red deck, and I'm very excited to see how they will fit in. But out of all the artifacts, I think everyone is most excited about Art of Kiran. This can also play in some aggressive decks, or with Gideons is also very common to see in those days when it was in Standard. Next, in white, we have one of the cards that is straight easy includes in an already good deck that is not very common to see in Historic, that is SRAM, Master Artificer. This card is going to make the auto deck much more consistent, having basically 8 copies of Core Spirit Dancer that is already in the deck and already in Historic. So if you want to play safe and just go straight into Historic in the first day, you just craft 4 SRAMs, put it in the older lists, taking out any other creature, and just queue. And you will see that is kind of broken. Angel of Invention and Refurbish, I think they will play very nicely together, alongside God Pharaoh's Gift that is already in Magic Arena. Refurbish basically makes you play God Pharaoh's Gift without the need of other cards. You just have to put it in the graveyard by any other mean. And then Angel of Invention is a really nice card to bring out with God Pharaoh's Gift. You can either make it a very big body or just go wide. In blue, there is mainly one card I'm excited about. And when I say excited, I mean I will go straight to crafting it and testing it out. It's the Torrential Gearhulk. Well, but you can use the Torrential Gearhulk in 2 ways. The fair control deck, trying to get some value out of it, and then he's your finisher or something like that. But I prefer to do it with some shenanigans like Discontinuity, for example, ending your opponent's turn at his upkeep. Seems fun, right? Other notable cards in this color are Glint Nest Crane and all the new counters. Glint Nest Crane will make artifact decks a lot more consistent, especially if they are trying to combo or something, but I have much more hopes to the Gearhulk. In black, we have the new best removal in the format. It depends if the Revolt clause is relevant, and if so, if it's easy to trigger or not. Like, I don't know how the meta is going to shape up. If the creatures have low converted mana costs, you don't need to think about it, and it's one of the best removals. If the creatures are very big and you need a Revolt, how easy it is going to be to make the Revolt trigger without fetch lands. We'll have to wait and see. Also in black we have Glint Sleeve Siphoner. It's basically a Bob. It should see play in similar style decks, or since it's a rogue, it can also play in the already existing deck, the rogue deck, and maybe together with the Fatal Push make it a tier 1 deck, I think. I would also love to see Gonti, Lord of Luxury, but I don't think he will make it, unfortunately. But I had a lot of fun playing that card while it was in Standard, so I hope we can see it in some sideboards, I don't know. As for red, it brings us Chandra, one of the best planeswalkers. It's not the best because it's overpowered, it's the best because it's right on point on what I think the power level should be, and it will make me certainly revisit some sort of big red or super friends lists. I'll have to test it out, but I will certainly have fun with it. nothing really piques my interests besides that in red. We have some removals and some stuff, but nothing really interesting or worth to brew around. So now we go to green, and in green we have a lot to talk about because we have Blossoming Defense and the Heroic Interventions, both top tier defense spells, and some of them played in Infect, for example in Modern. Well, in this set we don't have Infect, but we have, for example, Pummeler that this set brings. Well, I don't think Pummeler it's a good card or even a good strategy, but if it finds the right shell or you are not prepared for it, you will die, and you will die quickly. Also in green we will have Wishkar and all his friends because he goes straight into the deck with the Conclave Mentor. This deck already exists and is already very good, so it is only making it better. We have Nissa, and although I don't think it will see much play because there are better options, it sometimes could see play in some grindy decks that want to go really long. But I would not put my hopes too high. So now we have the multicolored spot left, and I don't see much to talk about in multicolored besides Renegade Rallier and Kambal. There are some spicy ones, but I think these are relevant, both because Renegade Rallier, if Revolt is actually good, well, this card is awesome, but I still don't think Revolt will be easy to trigger without fetch lands. We only have the Fable Passage, and I don't think that's reliably enough. And Kambal, it played in some sideboards, even in Modern, so I think it will definitely see some sideboard play, or in some sort of Taxes deck. I love to see it, and I will certainly test it out too, so stay tuned for some deck lists and some games. And most excitingly, I think, it's the mana base. Well, these sets bring us the fast cycle lands, and this will be great for decks that want to go into the game faster, and it brings us more options to deck building, so I think it's good, and since we don't have fetch lands, it's good to have these different options. Enough talking about my favorite cards in the set, let's talk about the decks that potentially will come out of it. So the first question that everyone has is, will Energy make it? Well, we don't know yet, but they bring us Aetherwork Marvels, and we still have Ulamog. We don't have Emrakul, but Ulamog is present in the format, so we'll have to check it because all the cards that support it are here, and it will definitely be one of the first days testing will be Energy. And even if it doesn't work right now, if they ever print any super pushed cards that has a super high converted mana cost or something like that, well, Aetherworks Marvel is here. If you do it, Wizards, well, be prepared. I think right now we might be safe from it, at least, but certainly people will try it out. And I'm also certain that they will have a fair amount of success. We're gonna see some shakeups in the format, some shakeups in the meta. That's like a whole different format just because of this set, so I hope to brew something cool to show you guys, and even if I don't, I'll show you anyway. So don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. This was my set review, and the set will come out tomorrow or today, depending on when this video goes live. So let's go to the arena.